Hey y'all, welcome back to the Music Mindset channel. I was a little under the weather for a minute, but I'm back now. But while I was gone, I had a chance to listen to some old school music that I thought, man, I got to bring this to these people so they can understand what old school really means. Now, on this channel, we've listened to a lot of rock and roll, and some classical music and stuff like that, and we got plans for a whole bunch more. But tonight, we want to get into some soul and R&B music. Some of you know what it is, but a lot of you may have only heard the word and not really understand what R&B and soul music is. Now, I'm not talking about some of the stuff that you're listening to on the radio today. They call that R&B and soul music because it has some hints of what music was supposed to sound like. You know what I mean? I'm talking about going back to like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s when musicians and songwriters and singers actually sung from the soul and touch your soul with their music. It didn't matter what color you were or what race you were. All it was is good music that made you fall in love and grab the person that you did love and hold them tight as you listen to that type of music. You know what I mean? Now, right now, I want to get into a group that I heard back in the 70s called Enchantment and some of their songs. There's one specific song I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I want to tell you how I got introduced to this group. I'm like in middle school back in the day. My mom would take us to school every day by car, but she would allow us to walk home. It was about 2 miles. And on the way home, I would always stop by one of my cousin's house. And I happened to stop by today, on this specific day, and there was a song playing in the background. Now, let me tell you how most families back in the day operated. Everybody had a record collection, and my auntie was no exception. She had a whole bunch of records lined up in the closet somewhere, and the specific group she used to like was called Enchantment. And on this day when I stopped by, I hear in the background this song called Sunshine. And I'm going to do a review on that song a little later on, but right now I want to talk about another song that became very popular from this specific group. And the song is called Gloria. Now, I got V-Man. He's going to give me a minute and he's going to give you a rundown on who this group is, and then we're going to come back and we're going to listen to that famous song called Gloria.
Gloria, my Gloria, Gloria.
All right, Mr. Mindset, it's time to get back rolling again, and with some R&B soul music to boot. Enchantment is an American R&B group that emerged in the late 1960s from Detroit's Pershing High School. Despite their remarkable musical talents, they remained an underrated gem in the late 1970s and early 1980s. While disco was reigning, and attention was largely fixated on other renowned soul groups like The Temptations, The Four Tops, and The Stylistics, and others, Enchantment specialized in what they did best, crafting soulful ballads, characterized by beautiful and intricate vocals and instrumentation. No drum machines and auto-tune here to computerize the groove. Their eponymous debut album served as a platform for their extraordinary harmonies and the exceptional falsetto lead vocals of Emanuel E.J. Johnson, also the primary songwriter. This debut proved pivotal for the group, marking their entrance into the music scene after signing with the Roadshow label and collaborating with a young and talented producer, Michael Stokes, who would later become a significant figure at Motown. One of the standout tracks from their debut album was Gloria, a song that showcased Enchantment's prowess in soul music. Written by lead singer Emanuel Johnson and Michael Stokes, Gloria became the group's most notable hit, reaching number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 5 on the U.S. R&B Singles Chart in 1977. Its soulful resonance and exquisite falsetto of Johnson captivated audiences, establishing it as a 70s soul classic. Interestingly, a recently unearthed a cappella version of Gloria shared on YouTube offers a raw glimpse into the track, stripping away Stokes' rich orchestration to spotlight the group's seamless backing vocals and the crystalline falsetto of Johnson. This unearthed version showcases the remarkable vocal talents that cemented Enchantment's place in the annals of soul music, proving their exceptional artistry. Enchantment's path, while not as prominently recognized as some of their contemporaries, illuminates their contributions to the R&B landscape, showcasing their exceptional vocal talent and songwriting skills, all of which solidified their status as a remarkable but somewhat overlooked group in the realm of soul music. Now get ready as Mindset reviews what R&B love ballads are really supposed to sound like. You youngsters get ready to take notes too.
And this is the type of song that you would use to show somebody that you love them. You know, back in those days, you heard people would get in basements and have parties and stuff like that, and they would get their partner and they would slow dance, slow drag, whatever you want to call it, turn the lights down low. You know, it's just a different time. I think about you go to a club now and stuff like that, everybody's standing against the wall. Well, back in these days, man, you were trying to grab somebody by the hand and get in a little corner and put a song like this on and have a slow dance. Enchantment was one heck of a group, and they're still around. These guys got to be like 70, 80 years old, and they're still performing the same tunes that they wrote back in those days. And now, if you're old school brother or sister, you know what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to jump right into it and listen to this song and listen very careful to the orchestration, the pianos and the violins and the horns. You just don't hear music like this anymore. This is absolutely beautiful music. I hope y'all digging that so far. Now, if that's not touching you at all, I don't know if you're really into music like that. You know what I mean? Music is a plethora. It's a smorgasbord of listening opportunity. And this particular song right here got a lot. Man, it's got like flavors of like Frank Sinatra, if you want to go and get corny with it. I'm talking about the music-wise. And it's got that soul coming from the singer, that singer E.J. Johnson leading that thing off like that. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about. These were slow songs, ballads. That's what we did back in the day, man. Growing up, You went to a party, this is what you expected to listen to, especially if you're in a more urban community and stuff like that. The song got pretty popular because they were actually on Soul Train when they did this. That shows you how big they were. I just think that they're the most underrated R&B group, and that's mainly because at the time we were coming off the tail end of disco, and you had those groups like the Temptations and those type of people that were kind of taking up all of the airspace, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, these guys, well, the funny thing is a lot of those groups that were taking up their airspace, you don't hear anything about them anymore. If you actually search this up, Enchantment is still touring today. Like I said, they're older now, and they sound, EJ, that high-pitched voice he has, it sounds just as good today as he did back then. Y'all don't know, hey man, y'all don't know nothing about that right there. Oh man, and if you do know something about that type of stuff, you know I'm right. That's what a love song, a love ballad is supposed to sound like. That's how they used to write some R&B songs back in the day. Tempo slow, music in the background, no drum machines, no auto-tune, little reverb in the background. That's how music's supposed to sound right there. I can sit there and listen to that type of stuff all day long. These songs are still hot today. Go to a barbecue at especially a black family reunion or any type of picnic or anything like that. They're going to play this song right here. And when you play this song, you know, brothers going to have their Hennessy or whatever they're doing or drinking or whatever. And some white parties, don't get it twisted. Because I've seen some interviews that a couple of white guys did on this particular group with E.J. Johnson. I was very surprised. I did not know how widespread this song and that group had become under the cover. You know, you didn't see them on TV every day, but they was big and they were hot. So anyway, I had to bring that to you, man. I hope you appreciated that, man. I had to bring that. That comes from the heart right there. As I get older, I listen on the radio and I think about, man, people kind of forgot about love. What happened to love? Love is still there. And if I only have to go back and dig it out of a crate to find it, that's what I'll do. But anyway, if you get a chance, search for a group called Enchantment and listen to some of their tunes, and you'll find something new. I don't care what kind of music you like. Search for this group and you'll become a fan of some old school R&B soul music, if you weren't already. All right. Thank you for checking out the Music Mindset channel. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Give me a like, a comment, share it with somebody. Definitely comment if you understand where I'm coming from when it comes down to ballads and what they are today versus what they used to be. So I'll see you next time on the Music Mindset channel. Thank y'all.